but I'm so done. What is up, guys? Welcome back to YouTube Relic for a video when it's going to be kind of like a review video, and you'll see what I mean, because I have gotten over the summer, and yes, the summer's not over. I mean, in terms of the season, we still have way over a month, but in terms of, like, school summer break, we have about, I don't know, what, like 2.5 weeks left, at least for me. But I've gotten 10 CDs this summer from different things, and by that, I mean just, like, CDs that have been given, or the CDs that I've bought this summer, and I've gotten them on 2 Barnes & Noble hauls, one towards the beginning, and then one a couple weeks ago, 2 on vacation, and then just one on Amazon. So that's what I've gotten, and I love them all. But today what we're going to do, we're going to rank all 10 albums that I've gotten this summer. Some I've listened to a lot, some I've listened to actually a couple just once or twice, because I've gotten them more recent. But none of these are bad, I'm just putting that out here. But this is in terms of my sole enjoyment of them, 10 to 1. One, of course, being the best. Yeah, summer CD hauls being ranked worst to best, and I'm ready to get into it. So let's do that after the intro.
Here you go.
Alright, guys, so that was the intro, and yeah, all my 10 summer CDs ranked, and there's some good music coming out soon, like the new Deftones album. All the singles of that have been really good, and Callous Wings releasing their first full-length project soon, so I'm really excited for that, and the Saints preseason begins tomorrow. I'm in for an 0-17 year. But yeah, let's get into this ranking. Alright, coming in at number 10, again, I like all of these, but this is just based off my sole enjoyment. Coming in at number 10, I have Imagine Dragons Smoke and Mirrors. And I just realized I put on hand lotion before filming this, so these jewel cases are about to get really screwed up, but I don't think it really matters. So yeah, Imagine Dragons Smoke and Mirrors. I got this at the beginning of the summer. I believe it was after I did my CD haul, towards the beginning of the summer. I don't remember CD haul number, I think it was number 8. But yeah, I got 3 albums at Barnes & Noble. This was one of them. And like, I get that Imagine Dragons is hated, but I've always really loved the first 2 albums. Great memories with them. And especially the tracks on your Shots, Gold, the title track, I Bet My Life. All pretty darn good songs, especially the first 2. Overall, it's an alright album, but I have great memories with it. And again, there's some songs on here that I absolutely love. And yeah, I mean, say which one about the band, but the first 2 albums are pretty solid alternative rock music. And I think it's a pretty decent album. It's just my least favorite here. And you go from an album that is not acclaimed at all to one that is incredibly acclaimed, but it's just not my exact field. So that's why it's coming down all the way down here at number 9. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for the music elitists, but number 9, I have Miles Davis, Kind of Blue. We go from this to this, but let me just say right now, this might be objectively one of the best albums on here, just based off of overall reviews and the music there. But it's jazz, and I love myself some jazz, but it's just not one of my favorites, because there's one jazz artist that's going to be on this list later on that is a lot more my style. But Miles, you gotta love the guy, absolute legend, and like, there's only 5 tracks on here, and the song's So What and Freddie Freeloader especially, absolutely love them. This is the 1997, I believe, re-release, yeah. We got a bonus track, it's an alternate take of flamenco sketches, and also a massive booklet that's like a book. It's a very good rated album. It's just, in terms of my personal enjoyment, it's not that high. But, I mean, you gotta commend the guy. This is a legendary album. A great booklet, too. Gotta love Miles. He's one of my favorite jazz musicians ever. Simply put, though, yeah, it's just not my personal, thing. There's a race car outside. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I can. But yeah, great album. And both of these albums I got from my beginning of the summer Barnes & Noble haul. I got 3 albums on that one, and then at a different Barnes & Noble haul with some gift cards, I got 4, then got 1 on Amazon, and then 2 from my vacation, which you guys saw in the previous video. Consider watching it. It got no comments. Oh no, but got a solid amount of views. But yeah, focused on this album. It's really great, and I believe most of it, oh, and of course, you got some absolute legends on here, like Paul Chambers and John Coltrane, so I mean, and Miles Davis. It's really good, and I believe most of it was recorded with them, like just freestyling, not even knowing the music. There's been a lot of different kinds of music on this so far, and again, I'm going to get killed for putting that at number 9, and I'm probably going to get killed for putting this above it. But we have a lot different of something. Number 8, I got Taylor Swift's 1989. And yeah, I just realized, I guess you guys don't even know what's going to come up next because you aren't really sure all the albums that I got this summer, but it's more of just like, okay, what's he going to put higher or lower? But yeah, this album is actually really, really good, and it has a lot of cool stuff. You got this, and then you got Polaroid. Basically, it's just some photos, and the actual album itself. But this album, though, is actually pretty darn good. One of the best pop albums of the 2010s, in my opinion. There's some absolute classics on here. My favorites are Welcome to New York, and Wildest Dreams is my favorite song she ever did. Even if it's an off-brand Lana Del Rey song, it's still really, really good. And yeah, this album is produced incredibly. The songwriting on here is pretty good as well. There are some songs that I don't really like at all, like some hits, like Shake It Off is terrible. And, some deep cuts in the second half of the album aren't too good either. But, I understand. It is better than the Imagine Dragons album, but it's obviously not better than this. I just personally enjoy it more on my CD Hall ranking. Well, not CD Hall ranking, but CDs of the Summer ranking. I just enjoy it more. And Taylor Swift is a really good artist. I don't care about any of the hate. I think she's a good artist. My dad loves her too. But yeah, very solid album. And some very good songs as well. There's 2 or 3 songs on here that I absolutely love. Wildest Dreams, and I have some great memories and nostalgia already for Welcome to New York from the Secret Life of Pets intro, so that's pretty good. I never even knew she sang that. It's kind of, different. But yeah, coming up next, we have, I talked about, there's a jazz musician that I absolutely love. My favorite jazz artist of all time. But this album's not that much of jazz, actually. It is A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving by Vince Guaraldi Trio. There's a lot of songs in here because this is the 50th anniversary special edition. This is the most recent I've gotten here. I got this 2 days ago at Barnes & Noble. I was going shopping with my mom, and we just stopped at Barnes & Noble to see if they had anything. And I decided to get this because it was on sale, half off for some reason. And it's really good. This is the 50th anniversary special edition. I love it. The most recent album that I've listened to. And Charlie Brown is just, my favorite thing ever. Of course, Vince Guaraldi's music is absolutely timeless and incredible. But I just love Charlie Brown as the comic and, of course, the show and the TV specials. He's so cute. He's so adorable. And I love myself some Woodstock and Snoopy as well. But, obviously, they're adorable. Since this is a 50th anniversary, the first 13 songs are the original soundtrack. And after that, there's a bunch of bonus stuff, which is mostly just alternate takes and studio stuff. But, considering that the Vince Guaraldi Trio was complete jazz, this isn't complete jazz, because this is the Vince Guaraldi Quintet. Yeah. And instead of Vince just doing the piano, he also sings and plays guitar. And he's a great singer. He's such a smooth voice. I absolutely love him. And his guitar playing is pretty good, too. My highlights on here, of course, the Thanksgiving theme, and Linus and Lucy, which, it's a different version of the song. It's not the one that's on the original Charlie Brown Christmas one. It's a 4-minute one with the quintet instrumentations instead. And the song Little Birdie on here might be my favorite Vince Guaraldi song. It is incredible. He sings on it. The horns and trombones are just absolutely incredible. It's such a smooth song. I absolutely love it. There's not a single bad track on here. I just think aside from those 3 songs, the Thanksgiving theme, Linus and Lucy, and Little Birdie, I think that everything else is just good. But I absolutely love all these albums. And simply enough, this can't be put any higher. It's really great, but the Christmas one easily solos this one, even if this is very good. Absolute wide variety of these 10 albums that I've gotten this summer, and I'm grateful for them all. And here's one that I got just because I love the artist, but I didn't recognize any of the songs until I actually heard the album. We got, coming in up next, at number 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, we got Stevie Wonder's Inner Visions, another absolutely critically acclaimed album. There's only 9 tracks on here, and I read the track list, I didn't know any of them, but it was pretty cheap at Barnes & Noble, and I was like, hey, gotta finish out the gift card, right? And yeah, turns out there actually are 2 songs in here that I know. Higher Ground. I didn't know, I knew the Red Hot Chili Peppers song was a cover, but I did not know that he originally sang this and wrote it. So yeah, Higher Ground is absolutely incredible, and also Don't You Worry About a Thing. I knew that song from the Sing movies, but I didn't know he sang that originally. Both songs are absolutely incredible, some of my favorite songs on this album. But also, Too High and Visions are beautiful. Living for the City got really weird at the end, and I'm pretty sure they said the N-word in it, but it was still a great song. The only song here that I don't like is Jesus, Children of America. It just sounds like a song that you would sing if you're part of a cult. I don't know. And Living for the City has a great first half, but the second half kind of weirds me out. But the title track, High Ground and Don't You Worry About a Thing are my favorites. Those are all great tracks. And overall, I think this album is just really, really good. It's short, it doesn't overstay its welcome. But Stevie Wonder is one of my favorite singer-songwriters ever. So glad he's still around, and even though he's blind, I mean, come on, he was able to make so much great music with his, sense that was absolutely, I don't know what I'm going with here, but whatever, in which he lacks in eyesight, he was able to make up for that in his music abilities, and absolutely love Stevie Wonder, great guy. And this album, despite not recognizing any of the tracks, almost everything on here is really good, and I heard 2 of the songs, and I knew 2 of the songs. I just didn't really recognize them by the title. So now we enter the top half of this. So now we're moving on to an album that since about 2022 when I graduated a grade, I had been wanting this album, and I finally found it. That is Rush's Fly By Night. One of my favorite albums by them. And yeah, this album cover is iconic. It's elite. We got our infinite loop. And yeah, there's only 8 songs on here. And I'm going to be honest here. There's a couple songs that I really don't like at all. Best They Can, Beneath, Between, and Behind, and In the End are not too good at all. But there are 2 songs on here that are literally just like soloing everything else on this list. By Tour on the Snow Dog and Fly By Night. I mean, what else can you say? An Anthem is really good as well. And Rivendell, I know everyone hates it. I actually like Rivendell. It's very beautiful. It is cheesy, but like, I get that Rush never really nailed the ballads, but I quite like Rivendell. I don't know, a lot of people do. Greatest drummer of all time, Neil Peart, whatever. Right when he came into the band, the songwriting completely improved. And yeah, so this album I've been looking ever since I graduated grade in 2022. Because, like, simply, I wanted this album, and when I went on to Amazon, because I was allowed to get a gift, I couldn't find it. So instead I got Mudvayne, End of All Things to Come instead. But, yeah, because it was sold out. And then I've never seen it at Barnes & Noble until I got it a couple weeks ago there. I had never seen it at Barnes & Noble before. Never once, but it was there with 2112 and Moving Pictures. I already have those 2 albums. So this is my 3rd Rush album, and it's really darn good. Doesn't go as far as some of their other albums, but it's just straight up classic rock, and I really love it. Maybe, like, in terms of the music, it's not my favorite. It's obviously 5th here. But in terms of, like, the CD and how much I wanted it, this is probably his 1, because I wanted this thing for a long time, and I'm glad I'm finally able to get it. And it looks so great. The Rush remasters. Incredible. It's coming in here at number 4. This is an album you guys know because I did this for a CD haul from Washington, D.C. What is it? It is Soundgarden's Super Unknown. Yeah. Chris Cornell. Maybe the greatest rock vocalist of all time. You could put him up there. I do prefer Audioslave over Soundgarden. I don't know why I went over there. I guess it's because I have Audioslave stuff. This is my first ever Soundgarden album. This is by far their biggest album because, like My Way, Fell on Black Days, the title track, Head Down, Black Hole Sun, Spoon Man, The Day I Tried to Live, all some of my favorite songs the band and Chris Cornell ever put out. And, yeah, I think after The Day I Tried to Live, the last, 5 songs aren't that good. Kickstand, 4th of July, Half, or just, whatever. So that does kind of bring it down a bit, but the hits on here and 1 or 2 deep cuts are just flawless tracks, really are. And Chris Cornell's vocals, the rhythm section of this band, all incredible. I do think that for some reason on Let Me Drown, the production really was bad, but it sounds really good on everything else, especially Black Hole Sun. I watched this Joe Rogan video of him talking about it for 10 minutes, and some other people, it's an edit of Black Hole Sun. They were like, that song is I don't know, they said something about being the greatest experience ever. I mean, Black Hole Sun's a really good song, but I don't think it's on that level, but it's obviously not bad. It's written incredibly. I do prefer Fell on Black Days and maybe even My Wave over Black Hole Sun. Maybe, but I'm not trying to hate on Black Hole Sun. It's Soundgarden's biggest hit. Yeah, this comes here at number 4 just because it's an incredibly solid album. And there's a race car outside again. Sorry, guys. But, yeah, I do prefer Audioslave, but this is a great album and a great memory from my Washington, D.C. trip. And coming in here at number 3, the other album from my Washington, D.C. trip. We got Ballad Suites, Tchaikovsky. I learned how to pronounce it with Swan Lake, Nutcracker, and Sleeping Beauty. I went out of order, but in terms of the track list, it's Swan Lake, Nutcracker, and Sleeping Beauty. It's different on the cover for some reason. Why is that race car still going? I can't tell you. But man, yeah, I wasn't expecting this to be this high. But classical music is really, really good. These are my 2 albums from my most recent video, the Washington CD Hall and Washington Trip recap. But yeah, there's so much great stuff on here. The entire Nutcracker suite I already know, and it's really great. Sleeping Beauty, I knew some of the acts from that as well. And I didn't know anything from Swan Lake, but it's all just sonically beautifully written. And Tchaikovsky, maybe my favorite, classical composer ever, just because I have this album, my only classical album that I own right now. It was so cheap at Barnes & Noble, and for it being almost 80 minutes long, the single CD limit, it really should be more expensive, but I'm glad I was able to get it. Everything on here is elite. And, though I love all these albums that I got, the ones below this, there's at least a couple duds on each album. This one doesn't have any duds. This album, the entire way through, it's just masterfully crafted. Every single suite, every single track. So yeah, there's only really 3 songs, but they're all split up into different tracks. The 3 suites are the 3 songs. And I just love this album so much. It is really, really good. And the race car, hopefully that's it for the race car. It sounded like it just ran the stop sign outside. But yeah, this album just the entire way through is really great, and I love it. Was not expecting it to be this high. Coming in number 2, we have another pretty darn old album. This is Jazz Impressions of a Boy Named Charlie Brown by the Vince Guaraldi Trio. Not the quintet, this is the trio, my favorite jazz artist of all time. Vince Guaraldi on this album, instead of doing the piano vocals and guitars, just the piano. Then we got Monty Budwig at bass and Colin Bailey at drums, one of my favorite drummers to ever do it. And yeah, so this was released this year in May. I saw it at Barnes & Noble. I didn't get it, but it's a 2-disc thing. It was the original 9-track album, and then a massive 16-track bonus CD that has 14 songs that are just like outtakes and studio stuff, which is pretty cool. And the last 2 songs on it, are the last 2 bonus tracks, Fly Me to the Moon and Autumn Leaves, are very, very long jazz pieces that are both really incredible. But the actual album itself, though I absolutely love disc 2, we're just ranking these by the albums that they are, not how much I love the CDs, because this might be number 1 for how much I love the CD, because it is a great long booklet, and the second disc is really good. But we're talking about just the soul album, and the soul album was able to make it here to number 2, so that's very good. But the songs on here, you might think, Linus and Lucy's a Christmas song. Why did it just get so dark in here? Linus and Lucy's not a Christmas song. Yes, it was added and recorded for the Christmas LP, but no. It was actually originally from this album, Jazz Impressions of a Boy Named Charlie Brown. Look at him. He takes the attention away. Look at this album cover is incredible. It's so adorable. And guys, if you look up Peanuts Tom Sawyer. Someone compiled a video of the Peanuts singing Tom Sawyer, and it's incredible. But yeah. So Linus and Lucy was actually originally recorded for this album, and you got some other elite hits too, like the Charlie Brown theme, Oh Good Grief, Happiness theme, the baseball theme. I don't know if I already said that. Every song on here just hits so well. It's a pretty short album. It barely is over 30 minutes, but the Blue Charlie Brown is 7.5 minutes, and it's a great, beautiful piece. It's really long, just like all the stuff on Miles Davis. But yeah, just everything about this album just hits. It's just elite jazz. It's probably on the level as the Christmas LP, but I don't know if I can love it as much. But yeah, and again, disc 2 has some great, outtakes and 2 absolutely incredible bonus songs. And I just love this one so much. It's really great. So what is my favorite album that I've been given this summer? The favorite album that I've got this summer is Depeche Mode's Violator. I mean, come on. My big 4 of 80s synth pop is, of course, Tears for Fears. But then you got Duran Duran, Depeche Mode, and The Human League. That's my big 4 personally. And yes, this is recorded in the 90s, but this is an 80s album. Let's be honest here. I mean, they master the darkness and simplicity of music. Literally. And I mean, come on, some of the most iconic songs ever on here, like Personal Jesus, Enjoy the Silence, Policy of Truth, and also some of my personal favorites, The World in My Eyes and Clean. Incredible. 7 of the 9 songs in here are elite. And yes, I think this album is more flawless, not a single dud song. This one does have 2 tracks that I'm not a big fan of. Sweetest Perfection and Blue Dress kind of fall completely flat. But everything else is just elite. The production is all-time great. The dark sound is all-time great. And yeah, I mean, World in My Eyes, Enjoy the Silence are some of my favorite songs of all time. It's hard for me not to put this thing at number 1. I know I keep saying, but they mastered darkness and simplicity on this record. And it is absolutely incredible. So, my favorite album that I've gotten this summer is Depeche Mode's Violator from a Barnes & Noble haul early in June. Yeah, listen to Bull Scream of Weed if you can, and also listen to Callous Swing, of course. And don't watch the Saints this year. You don't want to throw up.
Want to kick or play goalie? Do I want to kick or play goalie? What do you mean by that? Talking about soccer? I don't know what you're talking about, but I think I don't think anyone wants to play goalie. I think I always wanted to kick, I assume. What is this? Dude. This guy's okay. So you sent in your own thing. 51 views 3 years ago. 13 minutes, man. Hello. I think this is probably the most underground thing we've taken a look at. So you know what, man? I'm down for it. Self-promo W? I don't know what possibly could be awaiting, but you know, man, it has 4 likes, so those 4 people must have saw something here. They must have saw the pieces. What are we doing? You tell me. Liam, sample this in your next song? Yeah, man.
Northern battle, northern battle, northern battle. Northern battle.
I'm sending in 0 view songs. Great, man. I'm really looking forward to that.
Northern battle. Northern
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sending me children banging on their desk. Playing genius chords is the only thing I think I could make of this. Northern Battle, by the way. Northern Battle. Shrews new? Shrews new? Okay, man. 13 minutes of this, man? Is that a cowbell? Now it's just straight cowbell. Okay. Okay, now they're playing the stock drums on their keyboard. Okay. Okay. Well, you know what, man? I see the pieces there. I see the pieces.
Thanks for watching this video. Now look at this person. And again, thank you for watching today's video. Please like and subscribe, even though Berlick is bad. Anyways, bye.